It's time to get Mexico.
Hey, it's me, thenuclearunicorn here. We are back, and I know it's been a long while. So I wanted to do today. I want to do something a little bit different. Because I've been dealing with a lot of stress and anxiety lately. Like not related to anything like this. I just have been. So I've been neglecting my YouTube, and I apologize for all those who watch my channel and all those who are subscribed to me. That's not fair to any of you guys, and and I'm sorry that I'm having issues and I'm having medical issues on my own. I should still be trying to put something forward and something out occasionally. I know I promised I'd come back and I'd start, but I've been back for quite a little while, and it's crazy because, like I said, I have my room flooded, and I'm repairing that right now. Like thankfully, my brother-in-law and my cousin are basically it's brother-in-law, yeah, I think so. Yeah, brother-in-law, brother-in-law and my cousin-in-law both helped me get my room complete. So like we had to re-rip out the carpet of the floor, put down hardwood floor, repainted it, and then tonight we got to finish the trim on it and do a couple other things, and then we'll be done, and then I can start moving everything back into it, and then have to also wash everything that I had put back into it because it flooded. There's a lot of mold, so I have to like rewash and throw out a lot of stuff. So it's been a long day, and it's been a long experience. And like I said, I've had a lot of issues medically on my own, and it's mostly just dealing with a lot of stress. Hopefully that'll clear up soon, and sorry if I cough in these things, like during allergy season. Sorry, during allergy season, I get sometimes hints of small asthma. So if you see me using an inhaler, I'm fine. I'm not hurt. It's basically just sometimes it's hard to breathe because my allergies get so bad to where like it makes my lungs a little clogged. But anyway, so like yeah, so I've been a little sick lately and feeling sick, and I'm not feeling really up to doing things because of my medical conditions. So I've neglected a lot of things for a lot longer than I meant to, and I apologize. So today I decided, hey, I'm not going to play some games. I'm not going to stress myself out too much. So instead, I've been drawing on the side. And if you follow my TikTok, you can see some of my drawings and gaming clips from streaming and stuff like that. But basically, I do this as a side passion. I'm going to be going to college soon for this. But for the moment, it's just sorry, just getting some water. For the moment, I'm just doing it on my own. It's a passion. So what I was going to do is I was going to take you guys through some of my early drawings to some of the newer stuff I've been doing. And it's kind of random. I've categorized some of these are sketches, some of these are random, some of these are all together of like, the progression of things. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start this. As you can see right now, these are the first beginning sketches of me learning how to draw hands. The first one, as you can see, the fingers and all that are really unproportionate, but like by the second one, it kind of gets better. I've gotten better at drawing hands. I'm still a little about it. You'll see some drawings with hands in it. Here's some more sketches of hands, just more positions, different ways to draw them, like cartoony ways. Fists, like how the hands are curled. The one on the left all the way is not the best. Then the middle one is alright, and the one on the right is pretty good. I think that one's pretty solid. This is like my first try at like a new style of eye, where like you kind of darken the upper side and blend it down with it. As you can tell, these are definitely the first sketches. These aren't like finalized. You'll see better representations of this in some later art. This is I wanted to try a ball and fade it, and then I actually kind of decided to make it more wobbly than it was, rather than like I was trying to do like a shaded ball, like where you shade one side and make it all smooth, but it kind of turned into this, which I personally thought was kind of cool, and I decided to take my own way. So this was a little small prompt. Like I was doing some things where it was like quick drawing prompts. So it's obviously not the best, but it is what it is. This prompt was try to draw what you think would a beauty potion would look like. So I went with something that was like pinkish, sparkly, kind of bubbly, like fizzy, and I gave it a little spin bottle top. I always like that corked bottle top, like where when you pop a potion, it's like boom. This was really cool. You guys can't see my mouth, so I can't really gesture, so I'll have to like kind of explain it. So this was really cool. My friend gave me an idea, and he said, what would happen if you combined the axe of the Seven Deadly Sins, Escanor, if you guys watch the anime, which it'd be on what's on the right side and then kind of in the middle, which is like the angel axe, I believe was, I can't remember what the name was. It started with an R, it was like Rosalia or something like that. It was, it's a one-handed axe that he had, and he would wield it. And then someone asked me, and then combine that with the axe that was wielded by God of War, Kratos, and like the axe that he wields in the new game. And I thought that was an awesome prompt idea. So what I imagined was something less simple, kind of like this, which was like a double axe kind of style, like a one-handed double axe. I thought that was kind of a neat idea. He gave me a cool idea. I apologize for like the little bars you can see. This was like one of my older drawings of myself to put onto videos, because like I decided that I like doing this a little bit more than doing self-portraits and putting them into everything, just because it was a lot easier. Also, it looked better because like I also didn't like taking a ton of pictures of myself and trying to edit them. I like doing drawings because, you know, as I said, I want to get into art. So this was like a reason to like, hey, you know, let me do this as a cool prompt idea. And as you look at the eyes you can kind of see like where I'm doing that new idea. So this was a newer drawing. There's 3 of these in a row of me. This is a newer drawing. I can tell the ears are off right now. Oh, that's gonna bother me. But this, you know, this was just a testing of like a different way to draw my face. This is definitely more, I don't know, you say manga style way of drawing it, like more comic, like a little away from the cartoony, more toward like a little more realistic. Of course, the face is a little too angular. And then this is the recent one, which I think is the one I use for the videos now, which, as you can tell, it's improved. It's definitely a lot better, but it's not the best. I wish I would have not used such a spiked chin and like smoothed out the jawline a bit. But definitely you can tell it's better. The ears, you know, well, cool, worst one is covered up, but like the ears are definitely more solid. You know, like, and there's a little bit more shadowing. I think I've improved on that. Plus the eyes are a lot better, more solid. This is an old drawing of like every YouTuber usually has that little small animal or small icon. Like Jacksepticeye has his little septic guy, you know, Sam, and Markiplier has Tiny Box Tim. Well, I was like, well, if I had one, what would it look like? It was just you know, one of those prompt ideas. So I was like, oh, so just have a little. I called him Uni the Unicorn. I know, clever, right? And that was an old cartoon drawing. This was a closer one. If you can see, it got little sparkles in his eye. I love that. I love that. And so this was a newer drawing I did of him, which was a little bit more like I said, kind of moving him a little bit away from the cartoony, more toward a little bit more realistic. I like this one a lot more, honestly, just because kind of seemed just fit better. Also, I like it cute. Like I said, I put little sparkles in his eye. This was a comic that came from. So I did a little animation of a slime and I put it on the channel a while ago. And this is a comic that came from it. I was like, what? You know, I was like Jared the generic dungeon slime, and have adventures where he's this horrific, like, gross creature in his mouth, but he always keeps it closed, so he's kind of just like a generic dungeon slime. And this is just a funny idea I had. I will say one thing though, like the look of the chicken wing, like the look that it's just whizzing at 100 miles an hour is just my favorite. And of course, you have to have the yeet when you throw it. Oh man! And then here's the picture. The original. This is what originally the animation I did. This is the picture that originally started. That was I started. I was like, I want to kind of do a sunset, but I was like, but I want to do something with the sunset. And I was playing games at the time. And I was like, what about a generic dungeon slime, like a very like very, very much solid, like generic, like, you know, random one. And this is what came of that. Which I thought was really fun. I enjoyed it, and I honestly, it was actually like my first like sunset-y kind of look, which I liked a lot because it actually kind of flowed really well. And of course, I liked putting the little stars in the sky. It looked a little streaked, that's just because I haven't got that. This was a picture of Pikachu I really love. I can't remember what he ate, but he made him like give him a face. This is a picture of One Punch Man Saitama, like a little bit of a serious face. It's a little disproportionate, not quite correct, but I mean, it wasn't a terrible facial drawing. I got this from an idea, kind of like similar to like a Bob Ross idea, where it was like someone was like showing how to paint like the Aurora Borealis. Sometimes it's really hard to say, but like it was like the colors in the sky and like a reflection of water and trees. And I tried it, and I tried a new brush. It didn't come, you know, I wish the brush was a little different than it was, but it wasn't terrible. But I did enjoy it immensely. This was a fun drawing. I liked doing it a lot. And this is a little one. I had a little gaming tattoo things you get in those little vending machines. I got that. And of course, this is Kirby. Kirby, one of the first games I ever played. When I was a little kid, my dad got me a Game Boy, like the old gray square brick Game Boys. I had 2 games, which was like Mario Land, like the original, Mario Land, and then Kirby's Dream Land. So Kirby was like one of the first game characters I played. In Super Smash Bros, he's one of the 2 characters I play. I mostly play Roy, but if I don't play Roy, I play Kirby. Now, here's a picture of Mew. Mew's my favorite Pokemon. I have him on my desktop. I'm sure you guys have seen him occasionally if you've ever seen like that a little bit. I can definitely tell that, like, of course, when you when I've drawn these, are a lot smaller. This is blown up on my TV, so you guys, when you guys are seeing this, remember from my perspective, these look a lot smaller. So there are certain mistakes that are pointed out now that I can definitely see. Like, there's a little like on his left, the foot that's on our my left. You can definitely tell there's a little pink that's going outside the line and like a little bit around it. But as far as the feet go, not terrible. The body's pretty proportionate. The tail kind of loses. Kind of goes thinner and wider a little bit. Of course, you can say like, oh, it's just wobbling closer and farther away, but I don't make that excuse. I did try to make it even. It just, it's hard, and the program I have doesn't have a ton of things that like help you. It doesn't have like you can draw a squiggle line and then draw another squiggle line that that's equally far away from you. I don't have those kind of tricks with it. It's kind of because I got it for free, of course, and it's more of a sketching app than a drawing app. So it's more for like light sketches, like, oh, I thought of an idea, let me sketch it down. As soon as I get the general sketch of it, I leave it alone and go to something else for the day. That's kind of what it is for. But I like Mew, and that's just a nice picture of him. This is a newer picture, not super, like, it's not the newest, but it's newer. And this was Kakashi, and someone was showing how to draw him, and I kind of followed along. And I didn't I kind of did it with myself, kind of changed a couple things. I thought this turned out pretty good. I thought this was actually not a terrible drawing. I like the eyes and all that, and the shadowing came out really well. I thought it just really, this picture kind of had a little bit of texture to it that it was missing, which I liked a lot. This picture, this was from a fun story. We were streaming For the King, which is kind of like a D&D turn-based role-playing game. And we destroyed our world. Like, everything went wrong. Like, there was a gas that would kill us every turn. There were beasts coming to kill us. Anytime someone died, we would revive them just to have them die, like, within a couple turns. And it was like, we were basically just playing to stay alive for as long as possible. There was no way we were gonna bring it back. And Bo was the ghost who he kept dying, and he just like, just leave me alone and die. And I kept trying to bring him back, and then I had Josh, who was on the right, and the butcher's off, and I was the ranger on the left. And I kept bringing Josh back with me to help bring him alive. And we just kept bringing him back into dragging his ghost back with us, which is really funny. Like, I sometimes I forget I drew these, and it just brings up funny stories. Here's a picture of All Might I drew. I'll go and pause it so you guys can see. I looked at a picture of his face, and I drew this. There was no tutorial. This one was all me. I just looked at his face and drew what I drew little by little. There are a couple errors, as you can see. Like, his jaw is a little thicker. Like, here, it should definitely be a little thinner than that. But besides that, I mean, of course, like everybody, there's gonna be a couple bits of it that are a little uneven. Like I said, guys, I haven't gone to school for art. I've only done it on my own, so a lot of this is just for myself. Also, this has also been blown up and not. Usually, it's shrunk down a lot. So a lot of mistakes you guys are seeing, I haven't noticed because it's so small when I'm drawing on. That when you blow it up, like you guys, like when I'm drawing on this is probably like, for me, like right now on the TV, it's this big, but when I'm drawing on it, it's probably more like this big. So it's, that size difference shows more mistakes. So I hope you guys will be a little bit more forgiving. But I liked how he turned out. He was probably one of my first drawings. Now this picture, when I first drew it, I know I wasn't like this is like a representation that I'm having a bad time. No, this was more of a picture to say like, when I'm having a bad day and I feel like something's just over the top of me that's just like trying to bring me down. That like when I sit down on my this is how I used to have my art little setup in my room. Or no, this is my office. Sorry, this is how I used to have that little blue table. It's over here to my right because I had to live in my office. We had to move some stuff around. But that used to be like right around here for me, and I had the office chair, as you can see, and I would draw. And so there were times when I was having a bad time, like I'm having a bad day, so I'd come home and I would draw, and it would just distract me from what was bothering me. And that's just kind of what this picture is. Like, it was not meant to say like something's like, oh, I'm depressed, something's bad going on in me. Like, yeah, I deal with my anxiety, a little bit of depression nowadays, but I have stuff to help me with that. And it's just because I have a lot of stuff on me right now, a lot of stress. So it builds up in your life, and it happens occasionally. Nothing like, I'm not diagnosed with like terrible, like chronic, where I can't get up in the day and I have to lay down all day, and if I get up I feel like I want to die. Like, no. This was not meant to be like, oh, I'm having issues, I want people to support me. This was definitely meant to be like to show people drawing is my escape from things that bother me, and that's what it. This was a drawing challenge on TikTok. Sometimes they have a hashtag. It's like a hashtag. I think it's like draw it in your style or draw it in your own style. And somebody drew a picture similar to this. I wish I would have had that that other one. Theirs is more cartoony. I brought mine a little bit more realistic, and that was just what it was and what it turned out. I tried that. This picture was just a cool concept idea. It was there was a new eye idea that I was trying out, like a new eye, like drawing eye. It definitely was hard to draw though because the original eye I was trying to get to, the original way it was drawn, you have to have a certain brush type that I don't have on my app. When I get in college, I'm sure they'll have me get the app that I need, that I probably have all these brushes for. But as you can definitely see, like you got the little kid, like right here in the middle, like to the right of the pupil, and he's dragging a teddy bear. If you guys can't see that up close, I don't know how big you guys' screens are. The eye took me a long time. Like I did this when I was in Florida, like on my trip, and oh my gosh, like I spent, like, because I had to redo the eye like 4 times. I spent probably a solid 2 hours on just the eye. Like everything else, all the kid and all the drawing and all the little effects on the outside were all not that long. The eyeball itself, and another thing too is like this is like half the eyeball. I drew the whole eyeball. I didn't just like start with half. I did the whole eyeball, and then I didn't know where to take that, and then I wanted to do something with it, and this is the idea I came up with afterward, which I thought was kind of cool and fun to see. You know, it was definitely a cool concept. This was an inspirational picture I drew, where it was just like the struggle of doing YouTube sometimes, especially because like it's an early start, you know, and like as you can see, the play button is wooden, and I believe there's a like I'm not sure if it's an official wooden button, but I looked up and like what are the steps of the buttons, and like one of them was like, oh, the wooden play button is 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, you know, and it feels like I'm so close to getting there and progressing with that, but like it definitely feels like I'm really far away though still. So this was just a picture to show that like I'm keep trying, I'm gonna keep climbing, I'm not gonna give up, because it's like it feels like it's almost there, and I'm not gonna stop. And of course I'm gonna keep putting out videos. It's just like right now, it's just kind of one of those things where it's a little hard. This is a older sketch, and this was like I was drawing characters, and this was Dipper from Gravity Falls, and it turned out alright. Definitely a little different. Now, in this last bit, because we got like only a couple pictures left, these are my favorite ones I've drawn over the time. This one is, forgive me if I'm wrong, Navi, I believe, from Legend of Zelda. I have played Breath of the Wild in the recent ones. I've seen the older ones, and I've played some of the older ones, but it's been a long time since I think of the name. I'm pretty sure it's Navi. And then I did this in the moon and the night sky and some clouds above it. I thought this turned out really fun. I liked this one a lot just because it was simple, but still turned out pretty nice. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good drawing. Now this one is like, you know, there's a couple flaws in there. Obviously, I can see, like the drawing of like my name and all that. That was handwritten just because I have no, there's no font like ability in my drawing, in my sketch app. So there's no like, I can't like select a font, slap it on there, make it look good. So all of that's by hand, like all the drawing, like even the HP and the health bar, that was all, the HP was all drawn by hand. If you look a little closer, you can see it's a little wobbly. And my penmanship is not the best. I hate to say it, I can't write really well. In college I'm going to have writing classes, 2 of them, so hopefully that'll improve that, because I'm sure if I'm graded on my penmanship, I'm going to have to practice a ton. But this is a picture I drew myself as a trainer. I thought it was a little cool. I drew it in their style, you know, as you can see, I drew it in their style, not my own style. I don't know if I have a style quite yet. I have somewhat of a style, but not one that's solid. But as you can see though, like definitely, like this was definitely a fun drawing. This was an older drawing, like definitely an older drawing, but one I enjoyed, still one of my favorites. I spent a long time on this one. This one was probably one of the drawings I've spent the longest, and mostly because of, you look at the chainmail, like, or like the like all those little circle dots and all that. That was the most grueling part of that. Like all this drawing, like even the hands, like I drew hands, and the hands actually turned out pretty good. I like, you know, for drawing hands, I'm pretty bad at it. Like a lot of artists can't draw hands. These hands turned out pretty solid, and I like them a lot. But like all the armor, like drawing all the little dots and all that stuff, and oh my gosh, did that take forever. But this is like me in Solar's armor. You can definitely tell this is an older one because I'm drawing myself with the red beard and blonde hair. Usually usually when I draw myself, it's my hair is usually flipped to the other way because I flip my hair to the right, and this one is just to the right as well. I don't know why I did that, because that's opposite of what my hair is from that perspective. But yeah, it's fine. But yeah, because usually like what I would do is those black on the side and red on top, because I usually dye my hair and red's usually the color I go to. So this one's definitely older. This was one of my favorite drawings ever, and it's the favorite one. I'm glad I get to end off on this one. I had a prompt on TikTok, like, you know, they give me fun drawing prompts, which helps me on my art and helps me improve, because it gets me to draw stuff out of my comfort zone. The prompt was to draw get two characters, one like two of your favorite characters from different universes, completely separate ones, and draw them combined as one. One being, I watch We Bear Bears. It's a funny show, and I love Ice Bear because 2 reasons: polar bears are my favorite, and I love his comedy. He's just kind of like that like subtle, funny comedy, and I just like his character as a whole. He's definitely one of my favorite. And then I loved Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, as you can tell on my wall of 1,000 Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like so many back there, that it was definitely one of those things where I love this prompt, and it was hilarious. I was drawing this at this was the most recent drawing I have. I was drawing this at 3 a.m. in the morning because I couldn't sleep. I was having anxiety and I couldn't sleep, and I was having insomnia, so like it was just all combining. I couldn't sleep, so I was up and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna draw, because I was just going through my TikTok, just flipping up through videos, and I came across this prompt, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Could not have, honestly, like how this picture turned out, it's hilarious. Probably one of my favorite pictures I've drawn, just purely out of the comedy of how it turned out. Like at first I was like, oh, it might not turn out the best, but I found it hilarious. Like everyone I've shown this picture has laughed hysterically. They said this is like gold. But definitely one of my favorite pictures, and I'm glad I get to end off on this one because it was the most recent, and it had a little bit of two of the things, like my favorite animal, you know, and from a show that I like, and then Yu-Gi-Oh, which was a part of my childhood. So it had a little bit of everything that I had from my childhood, and this was fun to draw. Like I said, I drew all these prompts and all these new things to try to earn a little bit of an extra knowledge every time I draw. But anyways, like I am hitting a little over 20 minutes, which is like my general. Sorry, I have to crack my knuckles. I'm sure that's annoying and probably gross for some of you guys. But it helps me just, do something with my hands. But this is definitely some fun. I like showing you guys my sketches. Like I'm probably gonna do this occasionally. Like if I have projects I do or stuff like that in school, I'll probably take photos, and like this is all digital, so it was I had to transfer it over, which was kind of a pain to transfer because I tried to email myself my pictures and they wouldn't download for some reason. They download on everything else but my computer. So I had to save them to my phone and put them from my phone onto here. And on my phone I had to look through all of my thousands of photos because they gave them random names. So I had to search for them. It was a pain. But I'm glad I got to do it because I like doing this to show off, like, hey guys, this is my art. It's what I'm doing on the side besides gaming. And I like doing this. And so when I'm and I hope that occasionally after I build up a little bit of a portfolio going on of like pictures I've drawn, I hope like the more I improve and the more I get going on, the funnier things I draw, I hope I can clip those together and do occasional videos like this where I just get to talk over them and just speak a couple words. But as always, guys, I apologize for the videos not coming up. I will try to get videos to come up sooner than later. I apologize for like the delay. This was just a video to do something while I was down because I could work on my computer. I didn't have to sit up because like when I'm not feeling good sitting in this desk trying to talk and play a game at the same time, it can drain me a little bit just because of mentally focusing and just all that. It can just really kind of dig into me and play a little bit on my psyche. So I did this as a way of like a stress relief for the moment, to put up a video, say, guys, I haven't forgotten, I am coming back and I am putting out content. It's just going to take a bit, and it's mostly because I'm trying to get things figured out. I was trying to get, because I have a Switch and I have Mario Maker 2, I just don't have the money to get a capture card to display it on my system for you guys to watch. So unfortunately, because I can't do that, I'm trying to get that figured out before that goes away and that's not as popular anymore. As always, guys, in the bottom of this video, please comment down below how you guys are doing, how your day's going. Also, please let me know any games you guys want me to play. Like, if you find a game and you really want me to play it, and like maybe it's on Steam or it's a doable game I can really get to, I will try my best to get to it. Because like sometimes if I don't get feedback of games to play, I don't know what you guys want to see. So I don't know if you guys are enjoying a series that I quit, or because like I play a series as long as I think it's, you know, you guys want to see it. If I don't think you guys like it, I drop it. So if you guys see me, or you know, if you guys see me with a series you really like, tell me you like it and let me know you like it, because I will push to make more. Because if you guys don't let me know, then I think nobody likes it, and I gotta get that, you know, validation from you guys. So you guys gotta kill it. Let me know. Leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me how I'm doing, you know. And like I said, if you guys like this and like to see more of my pictures, what I can do is I can start drawing and like doing like a live draw session if I can do that. Where maybe I'll like hook something up to the computer, I'll draw, and I can get that to transfer. You know, like maybe I'll have it up on here so where you guys can see me drawing. Maybe you guys give me a couple ideas. I'll try to draw. Maybe give me some challenges. Like maybe, okay, try to draw this picture in 10 minutes. That way I can give myself some challenges, new ideas. But as always, guys, thank you guys for everything. I appreciate you guys so much for being so patient with me. You know, I'm glad that you guys just didn't, you know, hop off the ship, you know, because I really do want this to become a thing. Like, I really do want my YouTube channel to succeed. I just, you know, I'm dealing with a lot in my life right now, especially with my room changes and the office. It's going to get back to the same in a couple of days, so I don't know when I'm going to get more videos up, but I promise I will start recording as soon as I'm available. Like, as soon as I have the ability to sit down, play some games, I will. I have been streaming, so if you guys do not have that, my stream is down below on Twitch. I used to stream on Mixer, and I did have a video on Mixer. It's not on Mixer anymore. It's on, I do mostly stream now. Not mostly, I always stream now on Twitch, because it just has a broader horizon, even though it's a little more inconvenient. But go check me out there. I do stream. I try to stream like at least once every other night to help, you know, fill in the gap of these videos not coming out. Like I said, I know this video is getting long. I apologize for sitting here and talking to you guys. Thank you guys as always. As always, guys, I'll see you guys in the next episode. And remember, stay magical. See you guys.
It's time to get magical.